the day before my surgery. It's been a crazy morning because I got a call this morning that my doctor had not received the medical clearance I needed. So I've been on the phone all morning with doctors. So hopefully we got everything intact. I'm gonna proceed on to packing my suitcase because, well, I'm scared. I'm so scared. Very nervous. Don't know what to do, don't know what to expect. Moving on to more fun things. Tomorrow, A Great Big Beautiful Life by Emily Henry comes out. So excited. I'm going back and forth right now if I want to get the Kindle version, which I think I'm gonna do. I was gonna go to Barnes & Noble and get the book version, but I think I'm gonna do the Kindle because I've been reading on it lately. I have reading updates. I've not picked up anything since last video you guys saw. I mean, I've picked up books and read, but that's basically all the books I've read since then. I think I'm about to start rereading Every Summer After, because not this week but the next week, the second book in the Berries Bay, I think that's what's called, series comes out, and I'm really excited for it. I just watched 2 video reviews on it from people who got the ARCs, and they said it's so good. So I'm very excited. Anywho, but I do have my stack of books for some of the books I want to get through while I'm in the bed. I can't remember where I ended off last night. I think I'm about 120-ish pages. And, well, this book took me by surprise. I'm on page 22, which I think is about 147 pages. And so I'm almost 30% in, I guess. It was hard to put down last night because, if you know, you know. I've not vlogged on this lens in so long. I have my depth perception lens on, my really nice one that I use to take pictures. So we'll see how long this lasts.
Did I ever tell you about how I saw love when I was young?
So how are you feeling? We're reporting live at the local DoubleTree. We're going to Hula Hands.
Tweezers.
How are you feeling at Hula Hands?
Hula.
What are we looking at?
Chilling.
What was your order at Hula Hands?
Oh,
How would you rate your experience this far?
100.
We're at Hula Hands in Columbus, Georgia, attached to the DoubleTree. Food was so good. Tatiana was our server. She's so nice. For eats, we had the Kansas City burger. It had barbecue on it. It was really good. So good. For my eats, it is here, and I'm going to take it with me to eat at the hotel. But what I was saying in the last clip that didn't make it through is going to be the fact that if you guys saw that video of me when I went to Oklahoma State by myself, where I was explain Oklahoma State, and I was saying in the white refrigerator type room, it's giving the same vibes here. I do feel a little safer because I'm with my parents and I'm not sleeping beside the unlocked window in Stillwater, Oklahoma with all the workers coming. But TBD. Anyhow, that's basically it. Tomorrow morning's surgery. After the surgery, we're going to get Great Big Beautiful Life by Emily Henry. And then, that's basically it. I'll let you know how my food is once we get there. And room tour incoming.
And for the lady, perhaps a salad?
Perhaps not. I'll have.
Hey MTV, come on in. Welcome to our crib. So unlike Houston and most other places, we do have a regular stainless steel premium Lavella fridge. Now this is the standard size we get in New York City. Actually, it's bigger than most in New York City, so not too shabby. We got some apple juices, some insulin. Now, where I really want you to maintain your focus would be this. It's gonna be right here. Now I'll give you a minute because I sat here and I tried to read it, so I still can't figure it out. But as the sign says, don't knock it. So anyway, while we're here, I just want to focus in on the on the dishwasher because it does not sanitize your dishes. So don't use that. Anyhow, so apparently it's 3:51. It's actually 8 o'clock. So smallest sunbeam I've ever seen. But the Frigidaire microwave's real nice. Anyhow, so I'd like for you to maintain. I'm over here now. And you have it the wrong way. Yeah, there we go. We got Picasso behind the camera, sorry guys. Anywho, I want you to maintain focus on probably the only place that I would sit would be at this table. I can't even pull it out, it's really heavy, but we got a nice aqua patent seat right there. But pay close attention to the table itself. Got a nice piece of art. This is actually pretty stationary, this looks good. It's, you know, this is actually in a lot, so anyhow. Come on in, come to my mi casa is su casa. So we got a nice desk over here. You know, same thing, Marriott. We got the little pull-out desk. We got the phone. We can call the homies at the front desk. Glass of agua, please. On ice. This actually doesn't work, so that's great. Anyhow, nice little TV. Though there are many outdated things about this spot, it does have the Netflix on the thing. And if you want to look back here, we've got a beautiful view of the rainforest behind our hotel. And I won't let you shoot that way because it's really scary looking. So, anyhow, there's some storage if you do need some food storage for longer stays. Pulls right on out. And look at all that maximum storage place for sure. Oh, sorry about that. Dad's not gonna like that. Anywho, then we come on to the ensuite. So to the right, we've got the first room. And this is, I think, is where my dad's gonna stay because it has paper towels and hand sanitizer and Clorox wipes. So that's given where that might be his room. So the girls are staying in here. Welcome to the girls' room. Welcome to the girls' room. Come on, don't be shy. Here we go. Got a nice king-ish. Now I want to focus our attention on the light we've got. And let's just look up here. Ooh, I know the camera can't tell, but if you can see the orbs on there, that's how bright that light is. But anyhow, we back up to the parking lot. And here's the grand reveal. I don't think you guys are ready for this one. Well, we might want to put our glasses under this. If you were curious, any celebrities other than myself staying at this town suites, yeah, let me do the grand reveal. Sorry, two part. Yes, we do have the stars. Can you see it? Of Menopause 2 staying here as well. So be sure to get your tickets. They're selling out like hotcakes, as they say. That's what they say on the streets. So anyhow, we got one more spot. Oh, also more storage. There's even a walk-in closet. Like, you guys, wow, look at all that shelving. Is this your place? Oh yeah. Okay, anyway, let's start this off. Step onto the nice ensuite bathroom. It's real nice. It's got a single counter. Sounds good, sounds sturdy. Got a nice bathroom with the botanical body wash and conditioner and shampoo. And I think that's gonna end the tour here. So we'll see you guys in a little bit when I do a mukbang. She's unwell, and my dad told me absolutely under no circumstances to film this, but I did, so what can I say? Sorry, I fear the camera girl, she was being a little shy back there. She feared to not let me know that she has actually seen Menopause 1. How was it?
That's the name of the show. It's not Menopause 1 or 2.
So, did I ever tell you about how I saw love when I was young?
She is so beautiful. I don't know why online I thought it was more red, but it's so pink. And genuine reaction. Oh my goodness. So beautiful.
I thought it was amazing. And in a way, I feel like maybe I'm still searching for that thing. Something that I can chase around in circles and say I've attained it. And that everything is valuable. And I am loved. And I am kept well.
Hi, corals. Hi. I don't know if you're going to be able to hear me. It is now the next day. Haven't really been able to talk. Yesterday it was a lot of coughing, not being able to chit chat. I guess when they put the tube down my throat for the surgery, irritated, all the things. Now I just have really bad drainage. I mean, my throat still hurts, but anyway, I'm coming to report that, as you guys probably saw already, I did in fact go straight from the surgery center to Barnes & Noble to pick up Great Big Beautiful Life, and I've been reading it. Okay, here are my thoughts so far. There's a few things. I don't know if it's because, well, first, for starters, to lay the groundwork, Emily Henry has always been an auto-buy author for me. I will say, and I saw someone talk about this the other day, and they were just talking about, like, is Beach Read or whatever, insert Emily Henry book here, my favorite because it was the first Emily Henry book I read, or is it that good? And do I just compare every book after to that? And I think that's pretty valid because I feel like every Emily Henry book, I was going to say Beach Read, I've compared to Beach Read. And what I felt reading Beach Read, I've liked most of her books. I didn't like Funny Story. It took me like a really long time to get into Happy Place, but I loved her first 3 books. But anyway, I'll also say she's an auto-buy author. I got into this a lot faster than any of her other recent books in the past few years. I got into this faster than most of her other books, but I think it's because I love Evelyn Hugo and it's giving Evelyn Hugo vibes. A lot of people, I don't know, I've seen mixed reviews, so I'm going in with like an open heart and an open mind and hoping I love it. It took me a while, honestly, until probably, I'm like on 111, probably until like page 80. I did not love the main characters. Like, I feel like I didn't get that much information, and I think what a lot of people who are not loving it are saying, and I tend to favor in that so far, but I'm only 111 pages in, is that we were hoping to know more about the characters, like the 2 main characters, but it's more about the story of who they're basically the 2 main characters, Alice, Hayden, are fighting over telling the story of this infamous woman that lives on a small island in Georgia. And what a lot of people are saying they're not loving is when they think Emily Henry, they think romance book, and the book is more mainly focused on telling the story of Margaret versus the love story between the two writers that are trying to win Margaret over to get their piece to be the one published. So I understand that so far. I'm intrigued. I'm gonna try to read to at least halfway today. So I have like 90 pages left, 80 pages left, and I'll update you guys. But so far I do understand the critiques I've seen. So anyhow, I just finished. It's like 3 a.m. I'm so tired and I don't feel well, but I finished it. I don't talk about it in the morning.
Baby, when I look in your eyes, I can see you as a child. The river gives us every good thing, and then it takes it all away.
Hi girls, I'm alive and well. Well, I'm alive. I have the boot on. I'm sitting back here with my books so we can have a little book chat. Okay, for starters, one of the first things I did, please ignore my appearance. One of the first things I did, well, the first thing I did after surgery was run to Barnes & Noble. It was kismet because it was literally across the street from my surgery center. And I got Great Big Beautiful Life, and I realized last night when I was reading this that the side and the cover has this gorgeous, anyway, obviously I knew it was a mosaic, but I didn't realize that there was a little sunshine mosaic. It's not gonna focus, I don't think, but anyway, I just love the cover art so much, and I love when books have like, what is this, like the embossing, I guess, on the outside. I loved the different versions that they had. I'm so glad that I went to Barnes & Noble and got the pink one. Right after I went to Barnes & Noble, and then we drove to go pick up medicine in Cordell. We had to waste 30 minutes, so obviously we went to the bookstore. I'm thinking about, I picked this up and then I remembered the book I wanted to reread of Annabelle Monaghan's before her new book was Nora Goes Off Script, which is going to be part of my reread series. That I've been dying to read this. I don't know if I'm going to be able to read it now, but we'll see. And I have a hard time. Evelyn Hugo is one of my favorite books, but overall I have a hard time like getting into Taylor Jenkins Reid's books. I don't know if it's her writing style, like I don't know what it is. I couldn't get into Daisy Jones and the Six, but I did love the TV show. I also have tried a million times to get into Malibu Rising and I just haven't. But anyhow, I got that. They had Beautiful Ugly, which I felt like was insane. So I am very excited. I think I might read this today because I want to read something. I've been reading so many romance novels and I need something different. So I'm very excited to dig into her. And then lastly, I just saw, when I was looking for something else, I saw this pop out and I was like, I've been wanting to read this, and I think I've checked it out like once, but I just didn't have time to get into it. But if I have time, I'll get into it. But as you guys know, I already have so many other books to read, but a few more books. Sorry, this camera's so heavy, so I'm like having to take breaks. But I want to talk about Great Big Beautiful Life. Okay, I was really nervous going into this because I did not love Funny Story. Like I really didn't like it. I read it, or I think I like listened to half of it, read half of it, but it just was not my favorite Emily Henry. And I was nervous about this because before, the people who had gotten the ARC, I saw a lot of negative reviews, and so I was like, oh no, it's gonna be another Funny Story. And surprisingly it wasn't, but I have many thoughts on it, so let's just get into it. For starters, I rated it a 4.25. In the end, I absolutely fell in love, but it took me a really long time to get into, and I think that's a common theme, is a lot of people are having a hard time like getting into it. And I feel like it's very different not very, very different, but very different from Emily Henry's books she's written before. I feel like in her other books, it's been very much like romance centered. Not that there's not romance in there, like there is, and it is at the center of it, but I feel like it's more like plot centered this time, I guess. Anywho, before we get into that, let me talk about the book as a whole. I think I've kind of spoke about it, but basically it's like kind of giving like if Beach Read and Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo had a baby, and that's what I've seen a lot of people saying, and I fully agree. It's really good. I really liked it. I couldn't get into it. It took me, I think like if I wasn't down with my surgery and so excited to read it and read the story and everything and learn about the characters, I probably wouldn't have finished it as fast as I did. And if I wasn't like so focused on wanting to read it and like see what happens just because I was excited to have a new Emily Henry read, I probably wouldn't have read it so fast. It really like took 80 pages, yeah, probably like 80 pages for me to even acknowledge Hayden. I love a slow burn. It's just like so hard to describe. I don't even know like how to describe it, but essentially I think Evelyn Hugo, these two writers, are basically spending a month learning Margaret's story, and Alice and Hayden, which are the main characters that are the love interests, agree early on that they aren't going to discuss it with each other because they're both fighting to be able to tell her story. And we follow them in their month in this coastal small town in Georgia. It just makes me think of like the small town I lived in Florida, which is so cutesy, and I love that it was like coastal. I saw an interview, apparently Emily Henry's next book may or may not be like winter themed versus summer themed, which is exciting. I felt like compared to other characters from her past books, there wasn't as much chemistry or character development. It felt like it was just like right off the bat, oh, they like each other, and I love a slow burn, and I would have loved to hear even more of their story. But once again, I loved Evelyn Hugo, so I loved the fact that we are learning about her story unfold and we see how they're all tied together, and in the end it was delivered so beautifully. But even last night as I was reading, like halfway I was talking with my mom being like, I don't know if I'm gonna like this, like here's how I feel about it, and here's the things. I'm just like, as soon as I probably hit like 150 200 pages left, I was like pulled in and like wanted to see what happened because I knew there was gonna be some sort of twist, and there was, and it was so good. It's such a beautiful story. I feel like the cover is perfect because the deeper story that's going on is that as we're learning about Margaret and hearing her story, we realize people aren't just one thing, but we're all these little pieces that make us who we are, and different stories and all that kind of stuff. And almost like what you see isn't what you get. There's regular stories and there's stories of Alice interviewing Margaret, and they're set as like the story, and then it's like their version, blah blah blah, and then her version, and we hear like what actually happened in her version. And yeah, see that the world isn't some black and white picture. Like there's the gray areas, and there's so much more to the story than what you see from a headline or what people say. Oh my god, it was so beautiful, and I ended up loving it. I really didn't think I was going to, especially with all the like bad reviews I saw. I was like, oh my god, this is gonna be another funny story, it's gonna be horrible. Anyway, so I think a lot of the things that people were upset about, I would just say like going into it, it took a while to get into it, but once I was into it, I like could not put it down. I think I stayed up till like 1 or 1:30 reading it last night, and it was just so good. So yeah, that's my review on Great Big Beautiful Life. I love it. I love the artwork. I just love everything about it. I'm so sad I have to wait another year for another Emily Henry book, but I am going to be rereading some of her books in the series I'm doing, like I said, on the 5-star reads. So I am gonna go back and reread Book People and Beach Read for sure. Maybe Happy Place too, I don't know, but yeah, it was so good. But sorry, this vlog's a little all over the place because of my surgery, but I hope you guys enjoyed watching it. I'm gonna start filming a new, well, like what I'm reading in a week as a booktuber, so I'm gonna end it off here. But love you guys so much.